Welcome to this PowerPoint Basics video tutorial. In this video, we're going to talk about everything you need to know to get started working with PowerPoint. So if you are a beginner, you don't know anything about PowerPoint, this is the best start. I'll help you understand technology, software, and more. So let's get started. For starters, I'm going to click on the Start button here. When this Start menu opens, I'm going to click on the All Apps option. Then I can scroll down to look for Then I'm going to scroll down to look for PowerPoint on this list of softwares that are installed on this Windows 11 computer. So here I have PowerPoint. I'm going to click on this to open it. This is PowerPoint 2019. So if you are using older versions, everything we're going to say in this video is going to apply to also older versions or newer versions of PowerPoint. So this is the home page for PowerPoint. And it's similar to all other Microsoft Office apps. In Microsoft Word, we have the similar page. In Excel, we have the similar page. In PowerPoint here, we have the similar page. In Publisher and in Access, we also have this similar page. On top here, we have a list of templates. If you want to create a presentation from scratch, you can choose the blank presentation, but if you want to work with templates, you have the templates on top here. Then we have these two tabs here. We have the recent and the pinned. Under the recent, this is where you're going to see the recent worked on presentations. Then under the pinned, this is where you're going to see the pinned documents. Here we don't have anything, but if you want to add any documents to the pinned here, you just come here, then you select, just bring the cursor on top of the presentation that you want to pin, then you're going to see this pin icon. When I click on that, now when I check the pinned, I'm going to find the pinned document here. Then we also have this new tab. On the new tab, we have the templates and the blank presentation options. A template is a document, in this case, a PowerPoint presentation that has been designed by someone else so that you don't have to start from scratch. So if you want to start from somewhere with all the designs and styles already put for you there, you'd select the templates here. If you want to create a presentation from scratch, you'd select the blank presentation. Then down here we have this Open tab. On the Open tab, this is why you can choose to open existing documents on your computer. So you can choose to open documents from any of these directories. Maybe it's on the PC, or maybe it's on the internet, or maybe it's on the PC but you want to select the folder, or maybe it's on OneDrive. You choose all these options here, or you'd have the recent worked on presentations here. If that's what you want, that's what you select. Here we're going to be on the home page and we're going to start from scratch talking about PowerPoint. So I would select the blank presentation here and wait for it to load. When it opens, this is how it's going to look like. It's going to give you this view. You're going to be on the home menu. So on top here we have the quick access toolbar or the quick access menu. To this toolbar you can add other commands to it. So on this quick access menu, this is where you would find the mostly used commands. For example, if you want to save your document, your presentation here, you would just click on the save. If you want to undo, you have the undo. If you want to redo, you can redo. If you want to start the presentation, you can click on the start from the beginning. If that's what you want, you can also add other features and commands to this quick access menu here. So how you do that, you just select the one that you want to put to it. For example, the quick print. Then now it's one of these menus here. If you want another one, just come here. The one that I'm selected are the ones that you can add. If you want to remove things from this quick access menu, just unselect these from here. So for example, let's get rid of this, and also the touch mouse mode will remain with the ones that we had. Then we have the title bar. In the title bar here, this is where you have the name of this presentation and also the name of the software. Now, in this case, we already have presentation 1. This is why we have presentation 2 here. Then we have these 3 buttons here and also these other buttons here. For now, we're not going to talk about these, but these ones, I know you already know about this. This is the minimize, restore down, or maximize. Then we have the close if you want to close this software. Below this, we have the menu bar. On the menu bar here, we have all the list of menus you're going to be using in the PowerPoint to create your presentations. These menus are sometimes called tabs. So if you want, you can call these menus or tabs. By default, when you open PowerPoint, you're going to be on the home tab or on the home menu. When you select a menu, it's going to show you the ribbon for that menu. Now, a ribbon consists of 2 parts. It has groups These are groups here. Then it also has the options, the buttons that you can click to effect anything here, to do different things on your slide. On the home menu, we have the clipboard group, we have the slides, the fonts, the paragraph, drawing, editing, and add-ins. These are the groups that we have on the ribbon for the home menu. When you click on the insert, we have other groups as well. We have the slides, tables, images, illustrations, links, comments, text, symbols, and media. These are the groups that we can find only under the insert. When you click on the draw, here we have the tools, pens, pencils, convert, and help. These are the groups that we can find under the draw. Design, it also has its own groups. Here we only have 3 groups: the themes, variants, and customize. On the transitions, we have the preview, transition to this slide, then timing. All these are the groups that we have. So each and every menu here on top is going to have its own ribbon, which has 2 parts: the groups and the options, the buttons that allow us to do different functions and commands here on the slide. So this here, this white page here, it's the slide in PowerPoint. In Microsoft Word, we would have called this the working area or the text area, but here it's the slide. Then here you also have the number of slides that you have in your presentation. So these slides, you can think of them as a page in a book. For example, a book is going to have multiple pages. So in here, this is the first page. The reason why we only have one here is because we are starting to create this presentation from scratch. Now in PowerPoint, you cannot just start typing from nothing here. You need to have these text boxes. This is a text box and this is a text box. In PowerPoint, you use text boxes to insert your contents on a slide. Without this text box here, you cannot insert text. You need a text box to insert text on a slide. But when you are inserting other things like images, you don't need for that. By default, an image is going to be the image wrapper. So no need to worry about the images or charts or anything. PowerPoint is a software that you can use to create beautiful, good-looking presentations. So most of the times people just talk when, they're giving a presentation, but they're just talking, not showing what they're talking about. PowerPoint is there to be a visual tool to help you create an interactive presentation so that your audience, the people you're talking to, are not going to be bored. PowerPoint is there to make it easier for the people who are listening to your presentation understand and also enjoy your presentation. For us to be able to understand PowerPoint basics, we are going to create a presentation, and this presentation we're going to title it social media. The first slide is always used for the title of the presentation. You're going to have 2 text boxes by default. The text box for the title of your presentation, in this case, is going to be social media, like that. This second text box, this is where you can put the subtitle or the name of the presenter. Here I will I'll just put my name there because I don't want to complicate this. When designing slides, you have to think of your audience. Are you going to give it online, or maybe you're going to give it in an audience or a live audience? If that's the case, you have to make these contents here a little bit bigger. So you can increase the size by using the Ctrl+Shift greater than symbol on the keyboard, or just here on the home page, on the home menu, we have this font group. Then you can increase the size of your text by clicking on this A here. You can increase the size or you can decrease the size by clicking on the small A. Big A increases the size, small A decreases the size. You don't want to make your audience struggle to understand and read what you have on your slide, so you have to make these as readable as possible. If it means you have to change the fonts, you also have to come here on the font group. You have this font style option, then you can choose the font of your choice here and use the font that is visible and clear to your audience, especially the people who sit at the back if you are giving a live presentation. So social media is the title for this presentation. Then the name of the presenter is George. You can make this bold. If you want, you can also change the color here on the font group. This is where you find all the commands that allow you to do different things with your text. You can make your text bold, so you can just highlight the text that you want to make bold, or the text box. Select the text box, then you can change the color if you want for your text like that, if that's what you want. So that's the first slide. How do you insert a new slide? When you're done with this slide, this is the end. When you come down here on the slide panel, you can insert a new slide by just clicking there and pressing enter. It's going to insert a blank new slide. Now when you look at this, it looks a little bit different to the previous arrangement of the text boxes. Here it's a bit different. Here we have the title text box and the contents text box. Now when it comes to slides, here it depends with what you want. If you want to compare things, for example, on your slide, here we have on the home menu, we have this group called slides. Now on this group, we have different buttons. Here we have this new slide option. On this button, we have two options. We can just click on this top part here. It's going to insert the slide, or you can click on this new slide button. It's going to show you where you can choose the type of slide that you want. Maybe you want a blank slide, or maybe you want the title slide, just like we said earlier. This is the title slide where you can give the title of the presentation and also the name of the presenter, for example. Then the next one, the one we inserted by just clicking here on the slides panel, is the title and content. So the title and content slide. If that's what you want, you just leave it like that. If you want, maybe for example, the section header, you'd select this one. You also have two contents, or maybe comparison, title only, and we talked about the blank, the content with caption, picture with caption. All these are the options that you have when creating your presentation. And here I'm going to use the title and content just the way it is here, because here the second slide always is going to be the contents slide. Here we're going to give the title as contents. Then we're going to come here and change the font and use the font that we used earlier, this one. And you want to make sure that you stay consistent when designing this. Stay consistent so that you don't confuse your audience with different styles for fonts. Then here we're going to say different things we're going to talk about in our presentation. So number one, we're going to talk about what is social media. That's going to be the number one thing we're going to talk about in the presentation. Number two, who uses social media, for example. Number three, what are the benefits of social media? And also we're going to talk about what are the disadvantages of social media. The first slide, on the first slide, this is where you have the title of your presentation and the subtitle, or maybe the name of the person who's going to give the presentation. Then on the next slide, on slide 2, this is the contents slide. This is why you put the contents of the presentation, the things you're going to talk about in your presentation. So these are the contents in this text box, but here we want to get rid of all these bullets here and put the numbers. How we do that is we highlight the contents of this text box, or we can just select the text box like so, clicking on the text box line. Then you come on the paragraph group here. On the paragraph group here, you have these two ways of listing your items. This by default, this is the one active, but we want to change to numbering. Click on this and we can choose how we want to number these. Maybe we can use the letters A, B, C, D, or just use the capital the letters. Maybe you can choose the numbers or the letters. It's up to you what you want to work with. You also have numeric numerals there. So here we're going to use numbers like this. Then in an effort to make this readable to our audience, we'll have to increase the size for these contents. So we can just come here and click on this and change the size like that. Maybe this is okay. Then we can also change the font and choose something that is a little bit readable, like the one that we used earlier. Let's just use this one like so. Then we can also maybe try to decrease this a little bit and change the color by clicking on the font group. Here we're using the font group on the home menu, and change the color for this and say maybe we're going to use the blue color for that. There is this blue, the one we used here. This is the one that we want to use as well. So we look for it there. No, it's not this one. It's actually this one on top, like so. Okay, cool. This is how you can change the listing from bullets to numbers or letters. Just click on the paragraph group and you have everything there. Then to insert a new slide here, we just press Ctrl Shift M. This is a new slide. On this slide, this is where we start talking about what we have said we're going to talk about on this content slide. So for starters, we're going to talk about what is social media. So we'll just copy this heading and bring it here and paste it there as the heading for this slide. What is social media? Then here you describe what social media is, but remember PowerPoint is not used, it should be used for texts. It should be used for illustrations to show what you're talking about, because when giving a presentation you are going to be saying the things that people should hear and know. Then to make them understand and to make the message easier and simple to understand, to make your message simple to understand and not forgettable, you need to use illustrations. So in here, when creating PowerPoint presentation, you have to make sure that you are not using too much of text. Avoid using too much of text and instead use illustrations to show what you are talking about. Here we're going to use illustrations. So here we're going to use this same question here. So I'm going to copy this, open the web browser of your choice and go on Google. I'm going to use Microsoft Edge. I'll be on Google, then I'm going to paste my question there. Then I'll just press enter to make sure that Google searches for what social media is. Here I want to look for illustrations. So I'm going to click on images here and see the images that are coming from here. Here we have all sorts of different illustrations that you can use. And okay, so I'm just going to right click on it and I'm going to copy this image. So right click and copy. I'll come to my PowerPoint here. And let me delete this for now, then I'll paste my image there. Wait for it to load from the internet. Wow, it's big, so we need to resize it by holding these handles there. Good thing about this image is that it has the white background, so we'll be able to use this without any problems. Then right here we're going to use a text box. So I'm going to draw a text box to come on the insert here, and here under the text group we have the text box command or option. Then here you can draw a text box just like that, and then here we'll come back in our web browser here and go back on the all tab, and here we're going to copy this definition. Or maybe we can copy the social media interactive technologies. That okay, I think this one is also fine. Whichever one you want to use, it's up to you. As long as it makes sense, use it. Copy this and I'll come back in my PowerPoint here and paste this there. When you look at this, it is small, but let's move this a little bit down here. Remember, the goal is to make things readable, especially to the people who are at the back, our audience in the room. So we have to increase this and change the font as well. Let's use the font that we are using in this. Make sure to stay consistent with the fonts. Don't use a combination of different fonts for your presentation. It's going to be weird. Then let's change the color as well. Use maybe black like so, because we want to make this as readable as possible to our audience. That's the goal here. Let's also increase the size. Okay, I think this is fine. Okay, it's fine. Let's just do this maybe instead of doing that. Great. Let's also apply the justify effect on this. No, it's not. What about the center? I think this is not bad. What if we do something like this instead? We resize this and we also try to resize this text box like this. Then we can bring it down a little bit like so that we have two columns here of contents on this slide. Okay, cool, it's fine, like this. This slide is describing and also showing social media. Social media are interactive technologies that facilitate the creation, sharing, and the aggregation of content, ideas, interests, and other forms of expression through virtual communities and networks. And here we are talking about social media. So this is just an illustration, and when people look at this, they are able to get the concept, they are able to understand. So the goal here is you should show more instead of writing more, instead of showing your audience text, because you're going to be saying the words, so they should be able to see what you're talking about. This is slide 3. We also need to press enter here and insert this new slide, and here it's going to be who uses social media. So copy this, come here and paste this there. Who uses social media, like that. Then down here we should also show, because we're going to be telling the story. People should be able to see what we are talking about. So come back here, and instead of this, what is social media, we'll paste who uses social media there and press enter. Wait for Google to bring the results to us. So now your job, now here, instead of copying this text from here and use it in your presentation, what you can do is, you as a presenter, you master this, read this, and know that this is going to be said under who uses social media. Then you go under the images tab and you look for illustrations that are going to help you deliver your message across. So here we can look for social media users illustrations from these results. Okay, cool. Social media. Oh, we have the image here. We also have the daily time. Okay, all these illustrations here, you can choose to work with any of these. I'm going to look for the one that I'm going to like. It's up to you to choose the one you like from these. All these results here are okay to work with. So here, let me just go with this one, the first one. Social media age demographics. I'll copy this. Right click on the image that you want to copy, then copy it. Then we'll come back to PowerPoint here and paste my image there. This is what I'm looking for. I'll just resize this image so that it fits here like so nicely. Then I'll push this up a little bit like that. This looks much better. Okay, cool. But you can also resize this so that it just looks fine on all the sides. It gets the enough space needed for all the sizes like that. Cool. I think this is not bad. But we can also push this to the, so that we have these. Cool. I think this is fine. But see, here we have this name of maybe the company where this image is from. We can crop this image and get rid of unwanted parts. So you select the image, then you're going to see this extra menu. When you click somewhere else, you click on the image back, we're going to see that this is a contextual menu that appears when you only are dealing with images. So when I click on this, I will have the group code size here. Here I have the crop option. I click on that, it's going to give me these handles. These handles allow me to trim the parts, to trim out the parts of the image that I don't want to have, like that. Then I'll remain with what I want only. And that's another tool that can help you to do great things in PowerPoint. Then when you're done, just press enter. You remain with what you want there. Clean, simple, easy, easy, just like that. Then for the next question, we need another slide for the next question, and then we'll just press enter on the keyboard to insert this one. And on this one, this tab is going to be about what are the benefits of social media. So copy this, come here on this slide and paste here in the title text box. What are the benefits of social media? Then we'll also go back to the web browser, and here we'll change this to what are there. So just paste the question there, the benefits of social media, like that. So now here Google brings all these benefits here. We can actually use these instead of an image if you want. Social media is good for branding, building relationships, customer feedback, educate yourself, connectivity, increase your visibility, increase website traffic, benefits of social media for youths. Oh, you can go on and on and on. So we're going to use these instead. Let me just highlight all of these at once. Like that. Copy and bring this here and paste our list there. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this into, bring these other ones, cut this from here, resize this just to duplicate this one, Control D to duplicate, and bring this here and paste these ones instead. Then I'm going to increase the size for these ones, and also let's increase the size for these ones as well. So select the text box and come here and increase the size. Let's also change the, if you want to select the two text boxes at once, you just press the Control key and you click on the other text box. Then you come here. Let's make this bold and also black in color, like so that they are visible. This is what we want. Just to stylize this and make this a little bit beautiful, we can also insert a shape here, a rectangle shape between these two, like this. And we can change the color for this one, it's black. This ribbon is coming from this new contextual menu that appears here. Let's make this a little bit smaller, so the width, like that. The color for this one, let's choose, I think blue is fine. Let's also get rid of the outline. So from this we have the shape outline, say to none. Like that. The height. Yeah, something like this. It's not bad. We can also push this up a little bit, like so. Okay, cool. Then we just let's just make this black. So we'll just come here. Oh, no outline. View is going to be black. Cool, like that. Then save the changes to the document by just pressing Ctrl S, or you can click on this button here. Here we need another slide, so we're going to press Enter, and this slide is going to be for the last item on the contents. What are the disadvantages? The disadvantages. So we'll just paste this here, and here we should look for disadvantages. Come here on the web browser and search for disadvantages. Social media, then all these are disadvantages, but here let's use these same items here. We'll just copy these and paste these here. So we need to insert a text box. Draw a text box where we're going to put our items. In here we'll paste these. We'll make sure that these are bullets. All of them are bulleted like that. Should be black in color. And I'll just have 4 items this side. Cut these and resize this text box to this size. Duplicate it, Ctrl D, and bring it there. Then I'll paste my items in here like so. Then I'm going to increase the size of all these items by selecting the both items together at once, and change the font to the what font did we use? Area 556, like so. We also need to do the same for these ones as well. Okay, cool. Select the text box and here as well. And we come here. Okay, we'll be on top. This is where we have our font. This one. Then we can reduce the size a little bit like this. This is 28. We also do the same to this one. So let's actually do this. This is going to come here, and this is going to come here, like so. Then the size also has to be 28 here, like that. Then we'll duplicate this one, this item here, Control D, and move it to this. So what you can do is you can just cut this, come here and paste. Control V to paste. Then the height, like that. Then we can just bring it on top like so. Great. Now we need another slide, the last one, and here we're going to call this a summary. So we're going to delete all these and we'll just say summary, and I'm going to center this, Control E to center, and we're going to remove the bullets, increase the size, Control Shift greater than sign. Then we want to change the font style as well, from the font group here to this one, and then just like that we have our summary page. After this one, as a presenter, you know what you would want to say later on. Maybe you can ask your audience to ask you questions and whatever you want. Now, when we're done doing this, let's see how this presentation looks like in the presentation mode. The presentation mode is down here. Here we have 4 modes. We have the slideshow, which is the presentation mode. Then we have the reading view. This allows you to read, just to read yourself, escape to get away from this mode. Then we have the slide sorter. This is where you can come and sort your slides. Maybe you want this to be number 2. This maybe you want it to be number just like that. You can move these slides however you want. Then we also have this normal, which is the one that allows us to edit our presentation here. We want to see how this is going to look like. So we want to select the first slide in the presentation. We want to see how it's going to look like when you start giving a presentation. We'll click on the slideshow. This is the first page our audience is going to see. So here we can see the title of the presentation and the person who is going to present. So here the name is a little bit smaller. We need to increase the size for this one. So we'll select this and increase the size a little bit. If you want, you can also change the font style, use something a little bit different like this. It's up to you. Whatever font you want to use is up to you. And also you can change the color for this one. Maybe use something different to just spicy things up. We can use a yellow like that, or a red if that's what you want, just to spicy things up. Let's see this in action. Slideshow here. Social media is the topic, then George is the presenter. Then you can use the arrow keys on the keyboard to go up or down to go to the next slide. I'm going to be using the right arrow key to go to the right. So the contents here, we have what is social media, who uses social media, what are the benefits of social media, and the last item on the contents slide what are the disadvantages. What are the disadvantages of social media? What is social media? This third slide, this is where now we start talking about our topic. What is social media? We show the image there and also the definition here for the people who would want to read for themselves. Otherwise, everything is going to be said by you, the presenter here. So PowerPoint is mostly used for illustrations. You only use it to show the things you're talking about. It's created for showing. Who uses social media here? We are able to show, and here we can also support this graphic here with this something like the percentage for ages between 13 to 19 years old of people using social media is 12%. Is at 12%. Then here we have 20 to 29. It's 31%. 30 to 39, 21. 40 to 49, 15, 50 to 59, 10%, and it's this there plus 8%. So you can see the number of people who are using, the huge number of people who are using social media a lot are between 20 to 29. So from this, your audience are able to understand what you're talking about. Then here we have what are the benefits of social media. So here you have branding, educate yourself, increase website traffic, build relationships, connectivity, benefits of social media for youths. Oh, so this is not supposed to be here. I'm going to get rid of this from there. Okay, this is going to be removed from here. We don't want this there. Let's go back in the slideshow. Customer feedback, increase your visibility, offering support. Then what are the disadvantages? Hacking, no, all these, just like that. Then we have the summary. Escape key on the keyboard allows you to go back to the normal view where you can edit your presentation. Now when you look at this presentation here, it's just static. It has no animations and transitions. Now here on the menu bar we have transitions and animations. These menus here are very important in PowerPoint. Now transitions, when you click on these transitions, these are the transitions that you're going to be using on the slides. Transitions are applied on the slide. So for example, when we have this slide here, how do we want this slide to come in? We can use the fade or maybe the push. Then to this one, let's see how this is going to look like in play. So when we play, this is our first slide. The next slide is going to slide in nicely like that. Transitions are applied on slides. That's what you should know. Escape to go back here. So let's apply transitions to all these here so that we can see how it's going to look like in play. Push, push, push on this one, and also push on this one. Let's see this in play from the beginning. So here it's going to look like this. The first slide is static, we already know that. It's fine the way it is. Then we press next and it comes in nicely like that. It's sliding in. The next slide as well, it's sliding in smoothly, and this is very important in PowerPoint because it makes your presentation look more professional. Unlike the slides unlike the situation where your slides are just static, they are not changing. That's not professional in PowerPoint. So you should know how to apply transitions to your slides in PowerPoint. Let's escape and also talk about the animations. Now, the animations are applied to the contents of the slides, not to the slides itself. So for example, here we have two contents. We have this text box and this text box there, title and the subtitle. Here on the subtitle, we want to apply the animation to it so that it comes in when we want it to come in. So we're going to apply the fade, or we can also add the fly in, whatever. Play around with these animations here to see which one you like. I'm going to use the float in for this example, and you see it's now numbered number 1. The one you select first, it's going to be the one you add the animation to first, is going to be number 1 to come in when it comes to displaying things. Now let's see this in action. You see what happens? We only have social media on this slide. Where is the subtitle? It only comes in when I press the right arrow key or the next or the enter button on the keyboard. That's when it comes in. So this gives you the power to say something. So you can say this presentation is about social media, and social media is very important today, and you say whatever you want, then people would want to know who you are, then you show them your name, just like that. So we want to apply these animations to all the contents that we have on the slides. You should not add the animation to the first item here. We only need the animation to the second item, because when a slide comes in, we want to see what that slide is about. So here we don't want to see everything, so add the animation to the second item, this one. So it will only come in like that when we want it to show. Or maybe you can use the fade like that, or maybe the split. It's up to you. Choose the animation you like. It's up to you here. So this is what we want here. Then here we'll start with the image is going to come in first, then the text is going to come in second. And then here we're also going to apply the animation to this one. Just fly in is not bad. To this one we're going to add the animation as well. Fly in is not bad. And to this one it's going to come in second. So we're going to apply the fly in as well to this one. It will be number 2 actually. So let me remove this from here and apply the animation to this one as the 7th. Cool. Let's also come back to this one and add the animation to this one, fade in, and also here fly in, something like that. Then here this is going to be actually number 3, none, then this is going to be number 3, fly in like that. Summary is going to come in instantly. So the way it is, it's fine. Let's see this presentation from the start. Click on the slideshow here. So we have social media. For example, when you're giving a presentation, this presentation is about social media and my name is George. Then you click on the next to bring the contents. Now here it gives you the ability to bring things wherever you want them to come in. The contents, we're going to talk about what is social media. We're also going to talk about who uses social media. We're also going to talk about what are the benefits of social media, what are the disadvantages of social media. Then what is social media? Now we can show the contents whenever we want. We have an image here which is showing about social media. This gives you the ability to say whatever you want to say, and then later on you can show the text to the people so that they can read for themselves, to just clarify to them. Then we have another slide, who uses social media. Then you show your social media graphic like that. Then what are the benefits of social media? Then we show the benefits just like that. They're coming in nicely. Then we have customers and everything nicely, just like that. What are the disadvantages of social media? All this comes in nicely like that. Then you show the next section. Then here you can summarize everything that you said in your presentation. Maybe just to add on top of everything that you said, ask your audience to ask you a question, because you are the person who is the master at your topic, so you should be able to answer questions to your audience. This is how you create a presentation. I hope this video is helpful. If it was, please leave a like on this video and share it with people who would want to watch a video like this one. And if you would want to see more videos like this, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.